Everyone, welcome back to video 3 of the Walk for Lives organizer training. My name is Jacob Lignell. I am your point of contact person. I'm the National Director of Operations here at United Against Fentanyl, and I'm happy to be working with y'all. This video is going to be all about outreach and promotion that actually works. By the end of this section, you should feel clear on how to invite people in, how to build early momentum, and how to make it easy for supporters to say yes. The goal here is not to overwhelm you with marketing advice. The goal is just to give you a simple, realistic plan that you can actually use for your walk on June 13th, 2026. So, what we're trying to achieve, outreach is the name of the game, but outreach does not just mean focusing on attendees. We want to focus on volunteers and partners, and with attendees, we really want to get early RSVPs so the event feels real and grows faster. The more likely, the more people that sign up and start talking about your event, the more likely that other people will sign up and start talking about your event. So we recommend promoting your event. To do this, the best way is just by posting your Mobilize RSVP page. Each of your walks has its own Mobilize page that includes the details and other things. I'll cover that more in depth later, but people can begin to start RSVPing and signing up now. Each of you has a page. I will send a follow-up email on how to access it, but it is very simple. And all you'd have to do is just copy the URL and post that. And then people can start signing up for your specific event. With that, it's also good to recruit volunteers and partners. From an operational standpoint, the more people you have helping you out, the better your event's going to be. This is a lot of work to organize. I mean, truthfully, you're going to run into barriers, you're going to be stressed, you're going to be overwhelmed. By having a team that can support you and make your event go off without a hitch and just kind of take some of the pressure away, it really will help you just focus on what you need to focus on. So I recommend trying to also recruit volunteers and partners. We have a partner interest form on our website at walkforlives.org, and then we also have a volunteer interest form at walkforlives.org. So share those links. Start recruiting. And then final thing, but this is probably like the most important thing. We are really trying to build trust with those who attend our Walk for Lives events. All of us know how devastating and emotional this crisis is. I mean, fentanyl is an awful, awful drug that has just destroyed communities and has broken hearts and shattered families. And there's a lot of emotions tied up into this issue, and we really have to try to be grief conscious and steady and set a tone that is welcoming and supportive. We don't want to turn anyone away from the door because we want to we want to improve this issue, and we want to make it destigmatized, and we want to have our communities support us. So to do that, we really need to have steady grief conscious messaging that invites everyone. If you have any questions about that, please reach out to me or our marketing director, Stephanie. It's our emails are just our first name. So mine is jacob@unitedagainstfentanyl.org. Hers is Stephanie at unitedagainstfentanyl.org. If you want to reach out to Paul, our CEO, this is Paul at unitedagainstfentanyl.org. It's very easy to remember. I will also send like a follow-up email with those contacts, so you'll have them. But yeah, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. A little bit of like the actual process of outreach. I recommend starting with creating some lists of people that you want at your event. The first list is going to be your yes list. This is going to be 10 people who are going to show up no matter what. Rain or shine, they're coming, and it's because they love you. Like this is your friends and family. These are your closest people. These people are going to come no matter what. So start with them. Make that list, reach out to them, maybe tell them like, hey, can you start posting about my event on your Facebook page or telling people about it at I don't know, if you go to a coffee shop, tell people about it. Like they can really help you with your promotion. It helps you feel better about this process because as I said before, like you can encounter a lot of barriers in organizing, and a lot of times it feels like you're not making good process. And by just knowing that you have 10 people, no matter what, who are going to come to your event, it can inspire you to kind of go through the rest of this. After that, it's really good to kind of focus on bringing some community connectors. These are people who have a strong foothold in your community that a lot of people rely on. This is like your faith groups, your civic groups, maybe like youth sports, like soccer or something like that, recovery groups, schools, things like that. These are people who will most likely support your event because they care about public safety in their communities. And if you are already a part of one of these, like if you're a part of a specific church or something like that, like you already have a lead in with those people. Like they know who you are, they know your story, they're more likely to support you. So definitely reach out to them. After that, try to come up with 10 partners that you think would be great for your event. This could be people who could bring volunteers or bring resources. I mean, this could be like a group that hands out Narcan or naloxone. Um, it could be treatment groups. It could be like 12-step groups or other recovery groups. It can be there's a lot of partners. A good one actually would be food. Like if you can get like a food truck or something at your event, people are going to come. People love events with food. It's a great way to I don't know. It's just a great way to get people there. A cool thing about partners is a lot of the time it's no financial strain on you. If anything, most of the time, like they'll help you financially because they'll kind of focus and cover whatever they need to cover for their specific role that they do. So it's very vital to have partners, and it's good to just kind of start thinking about maybe 10 that you could reach out to. Final thing, reach out to your local officials and public safety partners. You know, this could be your mayor, this could be your police chief, this could be like your fire department, EMS, but it can also be like bigger. It could be your state house representative, your state senator. It could be your U.S. House representative, U.S. senator. It could be the attorney general. I mean, there's so many different people that came to last year's walks to where you shouldn't feel weird about reaching out to them. I mean, this is their job. Like if you're reaching out to like your house member or your senator, like you are their constituent. Like their job is to support you. So don't be afraid. Reach out to them. Send them a like comment on their Facebook post or something like that. Comment on their Twitter. Send them an email to their office. Just reach out. I'm going to be honest with you. Like if you are reaching out to a senator, he or she probably is like themselves are not going to see your message, but they have a whole team of marketing and like social media interns and stuff like that, who that's their sole job is to read every comment that gets posted on their like pages. So somebody's going to see it. So reach out. Don't be afraid. It gets people to your event as well. Like, you know, like if you can say, oh, we're having the blank is coming and blank is a well-liked person in your community or state, you're more likely to get other people to come to your event as well. So reach out to them, build these lists, and start thinking about it. You know, the earlier, the better. So, to do this though, it's always good to use a very, very specific ask. One of the biggest outreach mistakes that people make is being too vague. People respond much better when the ask is very simple and specific. If you can give a date and time to it, people can like conceptually grasp that and they're more likely to say yes. For example, a good way to do this would just be we're hosting a Walk for Lives event on June 13th, 2026. Would you RSVP and bring two people? That's a very simple and easy ask. They don't have to really like in-depth think about anything. They can just say yes or no. If they, you could also follow up with them afterwards if they seem to like express great interest or wanting to be more involved. You could then say, if you'd like to help or lead, could you take a role for the next 6 to 8 weeks? This is also very specific. It gives a timeline. You could get more specific, like if you have a specific role in mind, like, oh, hey, I really need somebody to help me with promoting my event on Facebook. Do you think that you could make a couple social media graphics or something like that? Like you can be very, very specific. The more specific, the better. Final thing, only ask for one thing at a time. You know, rather that be if you want somebody to RSVP, volunteer, partner, whatever it is, just ask them one thing at a time. Keep it simple. You can ask them another thing afterwards, but just like if you have somebody, just say, hey, would you like to RSVP for my event or would you like to partner with my event? If they say yes, you can go from there, but just start with one simple question. And then we also have, as I mentioned before, we have like partner and volunteer interest forms, which you can send to them if you want their contact information. That's a great kind of next clear step, and it helps with the specific ask. So please send that link. If you have any questions, reach out to me about this. And yeah, I also recommend kind of making like a promotional plan, to post about your event. You don't have to do this right now. I wouldn't recommend doing it right now. You can start, you can say like, oh, hey, we're having an event in June, but I wouldn't, if you don't know where your event is taking place yet, I wouldn't do like the real nitty-gritty details. But you can start kind of posting about your story while you're leading the event, start trying to create some buzz about it. You could also ask your yes circle, these are like the 10 people who love you and will support you, to also like invite others. From there, I also recommend like that's like week one, kind of like focusing just on like getting more like attendees, having your yes circle help you promote. And then week two should kind of be more focused on like getting partner groups and stuff, like making sure you have local orgs who are coming. Going in person to the police station to ask them if, hey, we're having this event. Would you please help out? Or would you do a Narcan demonstration or something like that, or EMS? Like there's so many different possible routes that you could go with this, but it's just kind of good to break it up into like two steps. Week one being like people in your community, week two, partners in your community. Now getting to Mobilize. Mobilize is awesome. I think this software is great. This is a new addition to this year's Walk for Lives. We didn't have this last year, but basically Mobilize is this central database that has all of your walks, all of your details, and it will also keep all of the data and everything that we can look and utilize for like next year and things like that. Like it will manage your RSVPs. It will give you a list of how many people are going to come. It's going to create a anonymous group chat 48 hours before your event where people can send you a quick text message if they have a specific question or if there's like a weather concern or something like that. Like it does a lot. And I think it's going to be very beneficial for making your lives a lot easier. And it just, it's going to be nice to know if you had 50 people already RSVP, you kind of have an idea of how many people are going to come. Of course, you're going to get more people the day of, but it's good to just kind of have a general idea. With that, the Mobilize also shows all of the current walks that we're having. We're hoping that this map is going to grow to about 100 dots, but right now we're already at about 40. And as you can see, this is mostly across the entire United States. We're missing a little bit of the Midwest, but we're going to get those people. I want those people. But it's really cool. This is great for like if you like this map itself is great for showing like the scope and impact of this event. It's great for going to partners with or sponsors or anything like that. Like it adds validity to this. Also, I just want to highlight what the actual like RSVP page is going to look like. As you can see here, this is for the Washington, D.C. event. The sign up is very easy. It autofills for people, but it just asks them for their name, email, and phone number. It asks them for a zip code. That's just for Mobilize requires that for their own thing. I'm not sure why, but it asks you to put your zip code. It has all of like the about this event, like this would be the part where it's going to be like, oh, please meet at the pavilion or however you operate your event. This is just like details to help out your attendees. They will get follow-up emails and reminders from either myself or you if you send them. You can do that with that. And yeah, it will also allow them to share and promote your event for you, which is also really cool. Like I think that this will make your event easier for you. I will give you each of you have access, like each of these little dots is one of your walks. I will send a follow-up email on how, well, I have to give you access. I still have to give you access. I'm going to send a follow-up email on that, but you are going to be able to go and edit this page, change it, do whatever. You don't have to. You can also just tell me what you wanted to say and I'll do it, but you'll be an administrator. Okay. Okay, so just a little bit of some final reminders. Um, We really want to keep our messaging grief conscious, as I discussed earlier. We recommend to lead with dignity, hope, and the idea of community care. Be very clear about what people can do next if you ask them to RSVP or help or anything like that. Just be specific. Don't share graphic details about your story. This is kind of like a fine line in grief conscious messaging and stuff like that. Like you want to be open and honest and share your story, but you also want to protect yourself and your loved one's story, and you don't need to share everything. Like don't share the worst parts. Keep that to yourself. That's Other people don't need to know it. Like honestly, like not everyone needs to know all your business, but just be open and honest, share enough, share what you want, share what you think is important, but don't share everything. Also, don't pressure families to like kind of like engage at your event. Just keep the event open and honest, like allow them to, I don't know, allow them to be present, but don't add any pressure. Also, this is very important. United Against Fentanyl and Walk for Lives, we are a very nonpartisan organization. We support common sense, bipartisan legislation, no matter which side of the aisle proposes it. We do not turn anyone away based on their political ideology or anything. If you go to our website, we support strong supply side and strong demand side reductions. We are very, very nonpartisan. We would really appreciate it if you keep your event nonpartisan. Don't invite political arguing, just keep it welcome. So, next step, invite 10 people today and ask two to volunteer. Super easy. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. My email's down here. And then this is also the volunteer form. I will also send that in an email so it's very easy to access. And thank you.